Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Rimworld. We are currently on our Rich Explorer playthrough. We just in the last episode had a wanderer come in and join our colony, so we're now up to 3 colonists, which is, in my opinion, one of the best numbers to start to see a turnaround. You're able to actually manage the tasks a lot better, and so I'm actually really excited for what's going to be happening. The goal for this episode, I think we're going to first off build one more room and then focus in a little bit on getting some production going. Our production room, our freezer as well is going to be our number one priority. We're going to get that sorted out and then maybe get some production going. I'd like to start crafting some blocks from all of the chunks that we have over here and then start placing them throughout our colony and just giving them a little bit more beauty and keeping on top of everything just to make them satisfied and make sure that they're going to be doing okay. So that's where we're going to be during this episode. We did just recruit Rave, and I'm looking at his... Yeah, so he's going to be our construction and mine guy, and then Bowers will be our research and farmer, and Slick will be the cook and the crafter. It's actually a pretty good setup. The only thing that I think would be really nice to have is just somebody else who can prioritize hauling and cleaning. But for now, Slick will be able to manage. I think he's only cooking 6 meals a day, and then he's just kind of moving stuff around as need be. And so he's actually moved on to mining right now because I guess he's out of work. Oh, we will turn that down now. But yeah, so we have our layout. If you missed that episode, it'll be in episode 3 of this series, where we laid out the entire farm using the, I forget the name of the mod now, it's more planning. And so we've laid out our entire farm how we would like, color coordinated everything. And so what we had planned was for this to be our rec room and this to be our production kind of area. Aside from this, which we will probably start with and have research and maybe some stone cutting in there, just because all of our stone is really close by. So it'll be more efficient to have it in there. And maybe that's where we will start for now. But we will, until Slick has something to do, we will just get him focusing on hauling all of these blocks, just so that when we do get raided, we're able to kind of have a better shot at whoever's coming in, and that way we won't have them using all of this as cover. We will have to clean all this up eventually, but that is not the priority right now. We will, however, get all of this hauled. So we'll haul all that as well. And that'll keep Slick busy for a while. I think we will need to expand this area slightly. We'll just expand it to there for now. We will be using up a good majority of those blocks, so not too worried about it. Yeah, so we're going to be very far ahead on food now, at least raw resources. Need a research project. We will be very far ahead on at least, raw food. What do we have? A food binge. We already have 50 meals, and there's probably another 30 in the field, and so we'll be set for that for a while. Not so much my priority anymore right now. The priority will just be to get all of this maintained and taken care of. We need to get all of this hauled as well. It's nice to know that we have some steel in here. That'll just come up while we are working. I'm also was thinking about our battery placement. It's probably not the best spot right now. If it explodes, it will take out a good majority of our base. There will be a lot of firefighting that has to go on and potentially some overheating as they're trying to fight off the fire. But for now, we will keep it there. We may end up reinstalling it at a spot later on. But for now, we will leave it as is. And then past that, I would like I'd like maybe to get some more trees cut down, because we will be using quite a bit of wood to establish the rest of our base, and so we'll just set everything in this area to be chopped down. It's not probably the most efficient. If you click on a tree, you can see how far along it's grown, and it will, the closer to 100% it is, the better, because it will give you more resources. However, we don't really have that luxury with the amount that we're trying to build in a small amount of time, and so we're just going to clear cut the entire area. It'll also help us for, again, cover from people coming into the base and attacking, and so we'll just make sure that we take care of all of that. I'm also thinking it might be good to start getting them working on the walls. We'll lay out all of these rooms, actually maybe just the one room for now, just to keep up in case we do have another colonist join. Want to be on top of that as much as we can. So the production room, I think we'll start using this production room and then move on as we need. Now the original intent of this was to be a research room, and so what we want to do is have it at least 5 blocks wide of the inside of the room, and that way we will be able to stay on top of the advanced research bench. I do have it so that we could plant 2 in here if we wanted to. Okay, so we do have the plague now. It's good that we have some Glitterworld medicine left. I don't know how deadly, I'm assuming it's very deadly being the plague, but he will tend to himself, which is good, and then hopefully he just goes and gets as much rest as needed. We'll just need to keep an eye on that, on his immunity. I mean, he's already keeping ahead of it by 1% or so, and it's very early on, so he should be fine and make it through that okay. Just making sure we keep the other colonists busy and keep him alive, and we should be in a pretty good spot. And here is another colonist potentially. They have a long time to live, and they are fairly weak across the board. They are incapable of social, but this would be a good colonist to have just to kind of maintain, move stuff around, and we can get slick doing some other things. And so I think we're going to definitely capture them. Angers the faction. Which faction is she a part of? She's part of the Northeast. Okay, so we are friendly with those guys. Let's see what our current relationship is with them. I think you look at it through the world. Oh, so we're neutral right now. Will probably put us in the negatives with them. It will mean less traders. But I think that it does revert back to neutral after a set amount of time. And so we're just going to capture her. We could use the extra hand right now in getting established. And she's really close to our base, so I see it as super beneficial to have. We will also set her to... She has 0 resistance remaining, so this is going to be a really easy recruit. As soon as she's healthy, we will have another colonist. Yeah, I think we'll be fine just to capture her and make her one of our own. It will mean that we should get on this other bedroom pretty quickly here, just to make sure that she does feel like she's actually a part of the colony and not stuck in a little broom closet like Harry Potter. So we'll get on that right away. And we have another colonist. Okay, so we now have 5 colonists in the course of maybe 20 minutes of gameplay. This is actually a lot to try and handle all at the same time. She is a very good researcher, which is really nice. That was kind of our weak point. As well as medical, social, construction is okay, but we're going to have her only on research. and get this colony really advanced. If she has nothing to research, which will never be the case, then we'll leave some other tasks available. But yeah, we will have all of a sudden 5 colonists in the course of 20 minutes of gameplay. So I don't know why Randy Random is favoring us so much in this round, but it's actually making this game and this playthrough really enjoyable, and so that's really awesome that we have that. She will be sleeping outside for the first night, which will probably piss her off, but it is what it is. This is what happens when you join the colony in the in the early stages without warning. Oh, and she does have a bed, which is good. So we can just move this bed over. We'll reinstall it over here. She can get her own room this way. And we also have Maxie, who's just joined. And so we're going to have to focus in, change our... we're going to have to change our priorities here and just make sure that these colonists all have bedrooms. The freezer obviously is super important. We need to get on that as well. But we'll copy this. But with the amount of colonists we have now, it shouldn't be that difficult to get everything set up. We did not prioritize Maxie yet. So I'm going to go ahead and say Bowers is never going to doctor based on his skill level. Handling... No, Maxie was basically good for cleaning and hauling, and so that will be her priority tasks, and we will have we'll have these guys doing no more hauling and no more cleaning for them, and Rave can do it, but Bowers will not do it anymore. And then thinking that Slick, we should get a crafting table built for them pretty quickly. For now, I guess their priority will be mining afterwards. They can work on that skill. It's not ideal, but suddenly I'm really glad that we have as much food as we do, because it has gone down a bit because of that binge, but we may end up needing to expand this field even more based on the amount of colonists that just swarmed. So maybe we will extend it. Maybe just 2 blocks for now. We really need to get some clothes going on, because a lot of these guys are just... This is a nudist colony right now. Not ideal, but it's not really bugging me too much. Yeah, let's just make sure we get these rooms built. Rave is on that pretty quickly. We will also need to build another bed. We'll get them both an end table just to make sure that they're happy and get a good sleep. Give them some lighting. We will move away from torches eventually here. I just want to make sure that we can keep on top of our colonist needs first. Wood is going to be a problem, but it's not like there isn't a lack of it just outside our colony, so we can get some if need be. There's lots down here as well, and there's a door, so wood won't be that much of an issue. We should probably get a crafting spot up, so if anything, just for some smoke leaf joints. These guys are going to need more forms of entertainment than horseshoes here pretty quickly, and so we will say to make some smoke leaf joints and do it until you have, we'll say 26, maybe 18. I don't want them spending too much time at it. We will also smash mechanoids forever. This is just a temporary working spot right now, and we don't have anything to make tribalware out of, so we'll just skip that step. Or I guess we have, I don't know if you can make it out of cloth or not. We'll set it for now. I think you do need animals, but animal skin, but for now we'll leave it where it is. And now that we have 2 construction, I kind of want to get Rave just focusing on mining, because, like I've said multiple times now, our priority is definitely going to be getting this freezer going, and we aren't prioritizing it right now, and so we need to get that moving. We should also just find the cleanest tiles that we can for these ones. We'll get a bonus to cleanliness, so we will use those in our kitchen. It will use up quite a bit of steel, but they are mining it as we speak, and so I'm not super worried about it. And we need this area to be as clean as possible. I do have a feeling that they're going to be bringing in food through this way, which is super unfortunate. That's not what I wanted to happen, but it looks like that's what is going to happen, so there will be a little bit of walking in and out. All of a sudden this playthrough went from like a turtle pace to a hare pace, just because of 2 colonists that joined, and that's like my favorite part of Rimworld, is that you never know what to expect. Things could just change in a split second, and everything could go completely wrong and horrible, or sometimes you get a break like that and you get everybody on board and working with you, and so it's just like the best game when it comes to the randomization. That's why I like playing on Randy Random, because there's just always something going on. We are going to be coming to a close on this episode, but yeah, super productive episode, and this series is going to be moving super fast going forward as well, just because of how many people we have. We just need to make sure that all of these guys have proper weapons and clothing and all that, making sure they're happy and that there's no mental breaks. I think is going to be our biggest struggle going forward into the next episode. So yeah, but thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did making it. Super excited for what this series is going to be bringing. But yeah, if you like this video, leave a like. If you're going to be following along, hit the subscribe button, and let me know in a comment that you enjoyed, that you want to see more, what suggestions you might have for me, because I'm okay at this game, but I'm not the greatest, and so anything you guys can offer tips-wise is more than welcome. And so yeah, thanks for watching so much. I guess in the next episode we will start working away at, we'll finish our freezer first, and then we're going to get this colony pretty much built overnight, and then past that we'll be advancing through pretty rapidly, and so I kind of got to decide where this series is going to go. But until then, I will catch you next time. I'm Switz, and thanks for watching.